ഇപ്പോൾ സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. തത്സമയത്തിലേക്ക്.
So good afternoon to all of you. It's been a long time since I'm seeing familiar faces of journalists among the journalists. So as all of you know, today is the second day of our Congress, and the first day was the inaugural session, where you have followed and you covered the basic thrust of the 23rd Congress as we are presenting, as the leadership is presenting the draft resolution to the Congress for its consideration. The draft resolution has been placed yesterday afternoon, and on that the discussion has begun this morning. 12 comrades have already spoken on that from 12 states. That discussion will continue today until tomorrow afternoon, and after that the consideration of the resolution and its adoption will be undertaken. The practice in our party is to have a very vibrant inner party democracy. So our draft is released to the whole country 2 months before the party Congress. Every party member has the right to send amendments. We have received 4,001 amendments, which are the pre-Congress amendments, as we call them. And all of these have been studied, and a pre-Congress amendment report, a report on the pre-Congress amendments was presented to the party Congress, and that has accepted a certain number of amendments that have come before the party Congress by party members across the country. And most of these amendments have been in the direction of strengthening the formulations already contained in the draft political resolution. The essential thrust of the draft political resolution, which most of you have already reported, but only for recollecting the essence, is that today's situation, the main task which we consider before us and the country and the people is to isolate and defeat the BJP. This is the foremost task in order to safeguard the character of the Indian Republic, to advance the interests of the working people in our country, and to uphold and safeguard the Indian Constitution, which is being violated and undermined with impunity. So in order to achieve this, the draft political resolution has proposed to the party Congress that the first task that's required to be done is to strengthen ourselves, that is the CPIM, in a very substantial manner, so that our political intervention capacities can grow. On that basis, to strengthen the unity of the left parties, the left forces, and then forge a left and democratic alternative of forces, which is not necessarily only political parties, of course, political parties plus the social movements, people's movements, etc., who are willing to come together on an alternative program, policy program, alternative to what the current ruling classes are adopting. And then, on that basis, to forge the broadest possible mobilization of all secular forces to take on the Hindutva challenge. This is the four-pronged approach that we have suggested, which is not sequential, but it is simultaneous. All these four aspects should be done simultaneously, and that is how to achieve this objective, to isolate and defeat the BJP. So as I said, on that the discussions are continuing, and in the meanwhile, the BJP government and the Prime Minister are busy. Now it's come up with, I think the latest, after hijab is now the halal, and after halal, now they've come up with the azan. So it is only these divisive forces in order to sharpen communal polarization, that is their only agenda. The real agenda is, in the meanwhile, while diverting the attention of the people onto such communal polarization, sharpening of communal polarization, they continuously impose greater burdens on the people. And the one in the immediate instance, it is the issue of daily hikes in the prices of petroleum products that has already spiraled an inflationary upsurge in the country that is ruining both the economy and the lives of the people, livelihoods of the people. So we have demanded in a separate resolution that is circulated to you, we have demanded that immediately the central government should withdraw all the additional taxes it has imposed. It has imposed a very high degree of cess and surcharges on petroleum products. Now, cess and surcharges are categories that are not shareable with the state governments. So the entire revenue goes purely to the central government. And because of this hike, these hikes, the prices of petroleum products are high, much beyond the rising international crude prices. So we are asking for the withdrawal of the cess and surcharges, these additional taxes. And for resource mobilization, we say you tax the rich, you have a super rich tax when you consider that, instead of giving corporate concessions that they continue to give. Even in the pandemic year, last year, they gave a corporate tax concession of 8%. And they collect their revenue through these hikes in petroleum prices from the people. That is, benefit the rich and squeeze the people with higher prices for your revenue. That is not acceptable. So withdraw these additional taxes and reduce the prices of petroleum products. That is the concrete demand that has been made through this resolution, which is circulated here. We are happy and very, respectfully we acknowledge the fact that 40 international communist and workers' parties have sent their greetings, fraternal greetings of solidarity to this party congress. The list has been enclosed, that is circulated to you. And to all these parties, we express our grateful, not merely thanks, but our revolutionary salutes. Because this, what is happening in the world today, a joint, combined effort of all contingents of the communist parties in the world will have to be built up and strengthened to face the onslaught and assault of both this neoliberal economic offensive and the aggressive manner in which USA and US imperialism wants to further strengthen its hegemony over the world. So in this direction, we think these fraternal messages are a great source of support and inspiration, and we convey our solidarity to them in their countries in order to strengthen their links with their working people, like they have wished us the best of efforts to strengthen our links with the Indian working people. So this, in sum and short, I am not going into the gist of our draft political resolution, because that you heard and reported yesterday, that all of you know. And so now, I'd rather be brief, so you please...
Comrade HUB, yesterday in your inaugural speech, you wanted Congress to set House in order. So could you please elaborate a little more? What do you really mean when you ask Congress to set its House in order?
it is all explicitly said there. It is written there. What I had said is, the challenge of Hindutva, the challenge of this sharpening communal polarization, and the defense of India's secular democratic character can only be done through an uncompromising commitment to secularism. Any prevarication or any compromising approach will only lead to strengthening them further. And that will also lead to danger for the parties who are taking such compromising, prevaricating positions, that their own people will start shifting towards the BJP. That I have said in my speech yesterday, in written form, as experience has shown. So that is what all these parties have to set their houses in order. They have to be clear how they are going to combat these forces. We are saying our experience shows it has to be an uncompromising commitment to secularism. As we in practice are showing, where we are in government in Kerala, our uncompromising commitment to secularism. So it's in that way they have to put their house in order.
But Congress has made crystal clear that unlike CPI, Congress has never had any tie with RSS or BJP.
When did the CPIM have?
Of course, you were there with the JP movement and the left of the broad.
I'm sorry, JP movement, we did not join the JP movement. We gave...
You were together fighting and B. Sundaraya resigned. You were General Secretary, then he resigned.
Thank you for informing me about my party. You seem to be... you seem to be more knowledgeable than I didn't know you were in the part of the Central Committee then and subsequently resigned or something. But the point is that is not the reason. And never has it been that we have been associated with these communal forces. In the fight against the emergency, they also fought, we also fought. If you follow your own history, you will also know when VP Singh became the Prime Minister, a combination was worked out called the National Front, Left Front. National Front was why we did not join, because the BJP was present. Why was it that VP Singh had to be supported from one side by the left and one side by the BJP? Because the left said, we will not support you if BJP joins your government. Till date, you can ask Mr. Advani, he still, I'm sure, remembers those days. There used to be weekly dinners that the Prime Minister VP Singh would have, once with the left leaders, once with the BJP leaders. Such is the history, and please, for heaven's sake, we all know, I mean, we don't have, I don't want to name the Congress leaders who have gone into the BJP now. The Congress is such a great party of commitment, never went with the BJP. Why is the plethora of their leaders leaving and joining BJP? Tell me, you know more about them or about me. Why are the leaders of the Congress leaving the Congress and going to the BJP? We don't want that. Country doesn't want that. But why is that happening? That is what they have to set their house in order.
Comrades, you are repeatedly asking, talking about defeating BJP and forming a secular democratic front at the national level. How is it possible without the participation of Congress? Because your party's strength is minimized in Kerala alone. In West Bengal, in Tripura,
you are asking me a question on something I never said. Did I say it will be there possible without the Congress?
Actually,
did I say it will be possible with the Congress?
No, but
I said we want the maximum mobilization, the broadest mobilization of secular forces.
But you are not making a clear statement. What is your stand?
But how do I know what those secular forces want?
Why you are not inviting Congress for after the meeting?
Because we have invited and they have refused in Kerala. We invited Shashi Tharoor, he was asked not to participate. We invited Manishankar Iyer, he was told not to go and participate. We invited Mr. K.V. Thomas, I don't know what he's going to do. But all of them have told not to participate. So when we invite and they refuse to participate, your charge is, why am I not inviting?
No.
Makes any sense?
The question is not regarding the seminar. Into this front, why you are not welcoming Congress? Why you are not making a clear statement?
today's seminar is on secularism. This front is for fighting for secularism. If on a seminar on secularism they refuse to attend, what does that mean? It doesn't require big common sense to understand what it means. So why are you charging us as not inviting? This front is for safeguarding secularism. On secularism, they say they don't want to come. Then what do we say?
You are talking about Hindutva.
Yeah.
Hindutva agenda should be defeated. And at the same time, you are appeasing minority.
I'm sorry?
On the one hand, you are talking about the Hindutva agenda should be defeated, and on the other hand, your party is appeasing minority.
Who told you?
Yeah, that is happening in Kerala.
Who told you? Why didn't you read?
Everybody knows that, comrade.
I think we'll make available an audio version of our resolution. That will make it clear what our stand on the minority fundamentalism is. I don't think you have time to read it, but we'll try and provide you an audio version. You can at least listen to what we have to say about it. So please now please, you're asking all sorts of questions without reading what we have said, without knowing what we are saying.
Not comrade, in your inaugural speech, you are talking about Hindutva agenda, and you have not mentioned this minority fundamentalism.
I've not mentioned many things. They're all there in the resolution. Please read that resolution.
That I know.
Yeah.
Why you didn't mention that in your inaugural speech?
There are many things I didn't mention which are there in the resolution.
Comrade, you have already mentioned the outline for the next democratic program. So what are the concrete suggestions raised in the discussion for this?
That we'll only know tomorrow. No, I mean, it's only begun now. It's only begun now. 12 states have spoken. This is the first round of the states. Every state will have 2 rounds minimum, depending on the size of the party there. So we'll know. This is just the beginning, so we can't really tell you the outline. And secondly, what we are discussing is discussing inside the party congress. We'll let you know the outcome of it.
But you are arguing for the
Your next question would be, why don't you allow me to attend your the congress? No, please, please, I would say, leave some privacy to us also. No? Yeah.
You are arguing for the left unity, but in Kerala, ASCII and Kappa bloc is not part of the LDF. And already you mentioned that the CPM is another position taking into Bengal. So how can the left unity be possible?
That is why we are appealing. That is why we have said in a political resolution, we say that we'll have to patiently work out and iron out these differences. And left unity is important. We'll have to work towards that. It's specifically written on interest.
Yesterday we were talking about compromising and secularism, particularly the way the government of Kerala is committed. But yesterday we listened to the welcome speech. There was not a mention of the challenge posed by RSS and BJP, number one.
What posed by? Challenge posed by?
Yeah, the challenge or rather the threat posed by BJP and RSS. There was not a mention of that challenge in the welcome speech. And secondly, even when there were references on attack on federalism, there was no mention on who was doing it, that the Modi government was doing it, there was no mention. And how do you interpret this? Can we consider it as a compromise?
Not at all. You see, he is a member of the Politburo, the Chief Minister. I, as the General Secretary, am placing the political resolution, which is also his party to it. He is a member of the Politburo. And that political resolution tells you in clearest terms who is responsible. Who is responsible for doing all these things, etc. So there is a division of labor. As a reception committee chairman, he is welcoming. He is not outlining the overall political line.
No, I think
that job.
You are constrained to say certain things because this was a welcome speech of the party congress. And the main challenge you yourself mentioned.
Welcome speech is given by the reception of the organizing committee chairman. He welcomes the delegates. He doesn't give you the political line. That is given by the General Secretary and the...
It's not like that. Because he mentioned so many things, like brief history of Kerala's politics, plus the Silver Line project. So many things he mentioned.
As Chief Minister, most of it is about Kerala and Kerala project. Again, there's no this thing. I can't only appeal to your common sense that you understand there's a division of labor. He's talking about Kerala projects, etc., and he's welcoming all of us. I am talking about what is the party's All India line. The division of labor, very clearly. So you now try to seek a contradiction in it.
Last few days, the two PDMs have made some statements about China. Manik Sarkar and Birla Kara. On China, that China is not occupying any land in any country and sitting on it. Is it the party's official position?
It is the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi's official position. It is his official position, and we have said that Mr. Narendra Modi and this government has said they want to resolve differences with China through diplomatic and military level talks. So we said we'll fully support you. And if the Prime Minister of the country tells you there is no inclusion, then whom should I believe? I think I believe him more than you know. So that is, I mean, what can I do? So that is he is the head of the government, and that's what the country and the government are saying.
You earlier told that the silver line project is only in the initial stage.
Only in the
Initial stage. But yesterday in the conference, Chief Minister Mr. Kairali strongly spoke and said that the state government is going forward.
there is nothing
Is there a contradiction?
No, there is nothing contradictory in saying that the state government is determined to go ahead with it, and that being at the initial stage. How can it be contradictory? The survey is going on. This survey,
How can you go forward with the project?
he's talking with the state government's desire to do that. Go ahead with it. So how is that contradictory at all? I mean, the survey is going on. Let us see what the survey will produce.
Also on this relationship with the Congress, today the State Secretary of the team, Mr. Kudjeri Balaji, said there will be no united front with the Congress. But you are saying that you can cooperate with the Congress with a rider. And if they are not permitting with federalism,
You see, let me now clarify to all of you what.
is there a contradiction
No, no,
between your stand and the Kerala party stand?
No, let me clarify so that you will have to find some other areas to find contradictions. First of all, please understand. In India and in Indian conditions of diversity and the immense diversity we have, in every state in India there are different parties, political parties who have the confidence of the people. These people are the dominant political force in those states. Whether it's the DMK in Tamil Nadu or it is the NCP Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, whether it is Telangana Rashtriya Committee in Telangana, whether it is the YSR Congress in Andhra, whether it is the Biju Janata Dal in Orissa. So in every state you have different parties which are the dominant party. In India, please, I beseech you to just study, if not cursorily, the history of coalition politics in India. Never has a coalition government in India been formed on the basis of a front that was formed before elections. No All India front is formed before elections. Never has it happened. When Indira Gandhi was defeated in 1975, the Janata Party that formed the government with Morarji Desai as Prime Minister was formed in 1977 when it was defeated. Janata Party was formed after Indira Gandhi and the Congress's defeat. When VP Singh became the Prime Minister, the NF-LF combination was born after the election. When Devagowda became the Prime Minister, the United Front was born after the election. After Vajpayee lost the vote of confidence as the single largest party leader, after that the United Front was formed and it staked the claim. In 1998, Mr. Vajpayee became the Prime Minister on the basis of a claim made by the NDA that was formed after election. When BJP could not get a majority, then the NDA was formed in 98. In 2004, Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister when the UPA was formed after election. So please, when VP Singh became the Prime Minister, the NF-LF combination was born after the election. When Devagowda became the Prime Minister, the United Front was born after the election. After Vajpayee lost the vote of confidence as the single largest party leader, after that the United Front was formed and it staked the claim. In 1998, Mr. Vajpayee became the Prime Minister on the basis of a claim made by the NDA that was formed after election. When BJP could not get a majority, then the NDA was formed in 98. In 2004, Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister when the UPA was formed after election. So please understand my country.
That is the case.
Please understand my country's diversity and political situation. Please bear with me. And if that is the situation, even this time in 2024, there will not be any All India Front or alliance or formation before elections. Before every election, many people will come with a proposal for a regional front, for a third front, for a fourth front, for all sorts of fronts. Many aspirants will be there who want to lead it. This happens before every election. But finally, it is after the election that these fronts are formed. Before, what happens? What happens before the election? Before the elections in every state. That is what our tactics, electoral tactics we worked out in our resolution. In every state, the effort would be for the broadest mobilization of secular forces to maximize the pooling of the anti-BJP vote. To maximize the pooling of the anti-BJP vote, depending on the concrete situation in each state, whatever maximum possible, the broadest possible, that's why we use the word possible, the broadest possible mobilization of secular forces to defeat the BJP. So once in state levels these are worked out, like it happened in Tamil Nadu, like it happened in Assam, like it happened in various states that went to polls recently, happened in Bihar, it happened in UP, in various places where it has happened, and on that basis the national picture will emerge. So please don't jump the gun, so to speak, or wait till you cross the bridge when you come to that. That beforehand you say, will be so-and-so be there in the front, will so-and-so be there, not be there in the front. What will be there, who will be there, how it will come, will be all post-election. There was no Congress-led any front in 2004. It emerged after election with the UPA. So you understand, that's why I'm saying, appealing to all of you, please understand my country in which I am doing politics. So this is what my country and its diversity and its experience is.
The question is, who is dealing with that? If the formation is after the election, how can the state secretary declare now that there won't be any united front?
Naturally, he is declaring now there won't be any. Hurry. Now there won't be any, he is declaring now. Yeah. That you asked Mr. K.V. Thomas, I think he's declared something today. He's coming. So we are already, as I told you, we have invited them on secularism, on federalism, on safeguarding Indian Constitution. Now, we invited them. If they don't refuse to come, then what should I understand?
Party president of Kerala Congress given a warning statement to Mr. K.V. Thomas. If we participate in the CPM floor, then we will be elected. What is your...
Well, it's up to them. We have invited. What they will decide is they will decide. And what Mr. Thomas will do or what the Congress will do is their decision. I can't say anything. We are committed to safeguarding the Indian Constitution, Indian Secular Democratic Republic. secularism, federalism and the safeguarding of the constitution are important things to be done, where we want the maximum unity of all Indian patriots. I'm sorry? Well, I don't know what they'll do. It's up to them. Let us see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Communist Party of Russia has its meetings to Congress, but the Communist Party of Ukraine or the left parties from Ukraine is conspicuous by absence.
About the Ukraine war.
Yeah. So, is there any specific discussion that has taken place between the CPM and the National Party?
No, it's their opinion. They have given their opinion, they are entitled to. If somebody gives their opinion and some communist party from a country which has good relations with India, good relations with the present government, I'll still say we want to oust the Modi government. Nothing will stop me from saying that, and I'll still do it. So that is it. So they have given on the basis of their conditions. But the message of fraternal greetings is as a communist fraternity, fraternal greetings. Okay?
Yesterday in the inaugural session,
Huh?
here. Yesterday in the inaugural session, you were asking to the Modi government, the government must withdraw from the Quad project. But at the same time, the Kerala government asking loan from the Japan. Japan is part of Quad.
Kerala government is what?
Kerala government is asking loan from the Japan government for this silver project. At the same time, you have mentioned, you have asked.
Even before the Quad is formed, Japan has given you loans? Oh no. Has Japan given any loans and economic assistance to India before the Quad was formed? It has. Even after the Quad is dissolved, it can. So what is the relationship with that and this?
But it is a contradict the public policy regarding the foreign.
Not at all. How? That's what I was trying to explain. Well, you were given today, announced today an aid to Sri Lanka. You announced it to Bangladesh. Bangladesh has gone and joined the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. Is a contradiction. Will you withdraw your aid to Bangladesh? Why are you asking such questions? I mean, these are not, students' union politics. No? I mean, these are all the relations between countries, and these things happen irrespective of whether you're part of any alliance or not.
Okay, can we conclude? Yes, last one.
On? Yes, KRL project is not a part of the All India Draft Political Resolution. He asked me the question, I answered it. Mr. Prashant of Asianet asked me, I answered it. In English I answered, but if you want, in Telugu I can answer also. Same. I have answered that question. What? What?
In favor of silver project.
That is the state government's proposal. The discussions are going on with the central government. The survey is going on. If you want to pick up a political fight, let's contest elections. But don't ask in a press conference, why are you being so aggressive? No, what is the issue? What? A state government, the central committee and the Politburo does not interfere in government functioning. Unlike, will you allow me to speak or will you go on? I mean, are you a commentator, cricket commentator? You keep talking non-stop. You allow me to answer. So, but the point is that it's a governmental project and the party does not interfere. When any issue comes, when it's referred to the party, then we'll give our opinion. Right now, it's an issue between the centre and the state governments. It is an issue, or a survey is going on. So let that process be over, then we'll know what is the situation. Party's norms will be applicable all over wherever party is. The question is, let this survey come out and see, tell us what is the situation. The ground situation, reality is not known. It has not yet been established. So let that be established. Let the discussions between the center and the state be over. And then we'll know what is the status, then we can opine.
But the CM was unequivocal in his comment here. The CM was unequivocal in his statement. He made it crystal clear that the government is determined to implement the project. And he was saying that the survey is going on, we will study the The CM has made it clear that they will go to any extent to get the approval from the central government, and as far as the state government is concerned, it is at least the decision has been taken.
What did the CM say after meeting the PM?
No, I am referring.
You reported.
No, he
Remember,
spoke yesterday.
remember what did the CM say after meeting the PM?
But let us come to the
Please remember what you wrote.
Let us come back to immediate past. The CM spoke in his welcome speech that the government is
Why are
determined to implement the project.
You go round and round, you get the same answer. The PM and the CM have discussed, the outcome is yet to come. The state CM saying, I am determined to carry it forward does not mean that it has been approved. What will the PM do, we'll have to see. That is why it is in the state of the process, survey going on, the discussions going on. State government and the CM, we are determined to carry it, they are determined to carry it forward.
So this is your message to the Kerala CM as well.
Kerala CM has expressed the desire of the state government and the LDF to carry forward the project. That he has expressed. But he has also at the same time said negotiations are on with the centre. It's a joint project and the survey is going on.
Yeah, corporate in fact, when we come to the DPR, the draft political resolution, on which the discussions, the debates are going on in the party congress, the DPR admits that there is a fall and decline of other forces in India. There is a criticism that the major cause, the root cause of this decline and fall is the Eurocentricity of Marxist ideology, which has been translated into India without any creative thinking. The observation is that the Indian left, including CPM, didn't have a leader like Mao or Ho Chi Minh. What is your take on it?
No, which document are you talking of?
No, the draft political resolution admits that there is...
Where? I drafted it, I don't know. I don't remember drafting what you're saying.
There is a erosion of...
What are you talking about?
So you mean that there is a erosion of...
Yeah, please save me from this audio. I have drafted the draft that is being discussed. You are claiming something in the draft which I have not drafted, what the CC has adopted, and you are saying it is there in the draft. Drafted, it is discussed in the PB, adopted by the Central Committee, then it has come here. Nowhere is anything of what you said.
There is no mention at all about...
Eurocentrism, nothing.
No, I am not saying that.
What you have just said, sir.
That was my question. I am asking you, the DPR has admitted that left has experienced a fall in India. So my question is the major cause of this, is the root cause of this, is the Eurocentricity of the Marxist ideology?
How do you say that? We have said nothing of that sort. We have given our reasons as to why that happened and how that has to be corrected. You have the right to exercise your imagination, you have a right to exercise the way you want to extend it. That is your democratic right. I respect that. But that is not the fact.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can conclude. Prashant. Tomorrow.
Or that is still 3 more days, 4 more days. We'll always keep meeting. Don't worry about that. Whatever be the position. Okay.